Eat That Frog begins with a simple metaphor that immediately exposes one of the biggest problems in modern life: avoidance. Brian Tracy uses the image of eating a frog to represent the most important, most challenging task of the day, the one we instinctively want to delay. His message is direct. If you don't deal with your hardest responsibility first, it will quietly drain your energy all day long. From the very beginning, the book challenges the belief that productivity is about doing more. Tracy reframes productivity as doing what matters most. Many people feel busy, exhausted, and overwhelmed, yet move very little toward their real goals. The book suggests that this happens because effort is scattered, not focused. One of the key ideas introduced early is that procrastination is rarely about laziness. It's usually about fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of responsibility. The frog represents the task that forces you to confront that fear. Avoiding it may feel comfortable in the moment, but it creates long-term stress and self-doubt. Tracy also emphasizes that success is built at the start of the day. How you begin sets the psychological tone for everything that follows. When the most important task is completed early, it creates momentum, confidence, and clarity. When it's delayed, the mind stays fragmented. What makes this approach powerful is its simplicity. There's no complex system here, just a shift in priority. Tracy argues that discipline is not about punishment, it's about self-respect. Choosing to face the hardest task first is a way of honoring your long-term goals over short-term comfort.
Exactly, and this is where Eat That Frog separates itself from many productivity books. It doesn't overwhelm the reader with tools. Instead, it focuses on decision-making. Tracy makes it clear that every day, consciously or unconsciously, we choose between what is easy and what is meaningful. A major insight in this part is the idea of leverage. Some tasks have a disproportionate impact on results. Completing them changes everything. Ignoring them keeps life stuck. Yet those tasks are often unclear, mentally heavy, or emotionally uncomfortable, which is why people avoid them. Tracy introduces the principle that a small number of activities generate the majority of results. But knowing this intellectually is not enough. The challenge is acting on it daily. That's where the metaphor of the frog becomes practical. It turns an abstract idea into a concrete habit. The book also highlights the cost of procrastination, not just in lost time, but in mental energy. Every delayed task occupies space in the mind, creating background stress. By completing the most important task early, you free cognitive resources for the rest of the day. By the end of part 1, the reader understands that productivity is not a time problem, it's a priority problem. And once priorities are clear, action becomes simpler. The foundation is set. Clarity first, discipline second, results later.
In the second part of Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy shifts from the metaphor itself to the mechanics of decision-making. He emphasizes that identifying the right frog is more important than working harder or longer. Most people don't struggle because they lack time, they struggle because they work on the wrong things. Tracy draws a clear distinction between tasks that feel urgent and tasks that are truly important. Urgent tasks demand attention, create noise, and often involve other people's priorities. Important tasks, on the other hand, move your life forward. They are quieter, less demanding, and easier to postpone, which is why they're so often ignored. One of the strongest ideas in this section is the concept of outcome-based thinking. Tracy encourages readers to define their day by results, not activity. Instead of asking, "What do I need to do today?" the better question becomes, "What result must I produce today to make real progress?" This reframing immediately sharpens focus. The book also addresses the danger of long to-do lists. While lists feel productive, they can dilute attention. When everything feels equally important, nothing truly is. Tracy suggests that clarity comes from reducing choices, not adding more structure. Another key message here is that self-discipline grows through repetition. Every time you choose to work on an important task instead of an easy one, you strengthen your ability to focus. Over time, this choice becomes less of a struggle and more of a default behavior.
Yes, and this is where Tracy makes an uncomfortable point. Most people already know what their most important task is. They just avoid it. The book suggests that procrastination is often a form of self-protection. Important tasks carry risk of failure, criticism, or responsibility, and the mind naturally resists that. Tracy also introduces the idea that clarity reduces resistance. When a task is vague, the mind exaggerates its difficulty, but when it's clearly defined, the psychological barrier shrinks. Breaking the frog into a clear first step often removes the emotional weight attached to it. Another insight in this part is about energy management. Tracy argues that your best energy should be reserved for your most important work. Too often, people spend their peak hours on emails, messages, or minor tasks, leaving their real priorities for when they're mentally exhausted. The book also reframes motivation. Tracy suggests that motivation follows action, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready keeps people stuck. Starting, even imperfectly, generates momentum. By the end of part 2, the reader sees that productivity is not about managing time more efficiently. It's about managing attention, courage, and choice. Once the right task is chosen, execution becomes a question of discipline rather than inspiration.
In the final part of Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy moves beyond technique and into identity. He makes it clear that consistently doing your most important work is not a productivity trick, it's a personal standard. Over time, what you choose to do first each day shapes how you see yourself. Tracy emphasizes that habits are built through repetition, not intensity. You don't need extreme discipline for one day. You need moderate discipline applied consistently. When frog eating becomes automatic, decision fatigue disappears. You no longer debate where to start. You already know. Another key idea in this section is focus. Tracy argues that deep focus is a skill, not a talent. In a world full of distractions, the ability to protect your attention becomes a competitive advantage. Choosing to eliminate distractions is not about control, it's about respect for your goals. The book also reframes discomfort. Feeling resistance doesn't mean something is wrong, it means something important is happening. Tracy suggests that growth always comes with discomfort, and learning to tolerate that discomfort is essential for long-term success. By this point, the reader understands that productivity is deeply tied to self-trust. Every time you complete an important task, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on yourself. That internal trust compounds over time and influences every area of life.
Exactly. And what makes the ending of Eat That Frog so effective is that it simplifies success. Tracy doesn't offer complexity, he offers responsibility. The book's message is clear. If you control the start of your day, you control the direction of your life. Tracy also highlights the cumulative effect of small decisions. One focused hour each morning may not feel dramatic, but over months and years, it creates extraordinary results. Consistency quietly outperforms intensity. Another powerful idea in the final section is alignment. When your daily actions align with your long-term goals, motivation becomes less necessary. You're no longer forcing yourself to work, you're simply acting in accordance with who you want to become. The book ends by reminding readers that procrastination is not a character flaw, it's a habit, and habits can be replaced. The moment you decide to face your most important task first, you begin rewriting your relationship with time, effort, and success. If Eat That Frog leaves the reader with one lasting idea, it's this. Your future is shaped not by what you intend to do, but by what you choose to do first, every single day.
This book won't give you more hours. It will help you use your best hours on what truly matters. For more deep, timeless book breakdowns on focus, discipline, and personal growth, subscribe to Red Rose Academy and share this video with someone who struggles with procrastination.